What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back, XRP Army. Where are you guys at this evening? Let me know by putting that X down below in the comments box. Let's get this discussion off in the right direction, okay? And I got to apologize, you guys. I woke up early today, about 4 a.m. to make you this video. And for those of you that tuned in, I'm going to use the same thumbnail, same title, same everything. But for some odd reason, the sound did not just translate. I'm working on a few things technologically behind the scenes, trying to improve what I have going on with my broadcast. And that's kind of what I want to get into because it's going to be a lot of improvements for the future. But now when we talk about XRP, let's talk about some of the improvements they will be making for the future, okay? So before we get down into it, remember to subscribe down below, smash that like button, all that good stuff. XRP Army, drop those X's down below in the comments. I appreciate it always. And let's get into it, guys. And remember, not financial advice. Always do your own homework and due diligence with everything crypto. But within XRP, what I'm hearing kind of going on behind the scenes is, and I'm kind of connecting the dots on this one, we have the Bitcoin spot ETF, right? We have Ethereum spot ETF in the works. And the way that the dominoes are aligning, XRP's ETF, despite the efforts within that fraudulent rumor mill a little bit ago, XRP might be next. They might be that third crypto to come up with an ETF. And albeit if you do not even agree with what ETFs do and how they come to the table, and kind of, if you can set aside some of your beliefs with centralization and decentralization for that matter, an ETF at this very moment in time is not necessarily a horrible thing when we look at total crypto adoption across the board. Having that 5% increase within adoption worldwide, if we need an ETF to do that, we need institutions to flock in, that will help us and speed things along, okay? That's just my personal opinion. But I want to get into these comments right here. I'm going to bring it up on the screen within Yasin Mubarak, founder of Dizer Capital, okay? Giving a couple outlandish or outlining some of his reasons why Wall Street may consider filing for that XRP spot ETF in the United States. Okay, so number one, there is a significant pent-up demand, according to Yasin, and that's where he saw basically being the first mover since the BTC and the ETH ETF approval being gone. That's kind of why you would have that pent-up demand, guys. We saw the 15% gain that we got from that fraudulent attempt a while ago, like I alluded to earlier in the video. If that were to repeat itself and it was actually legitimate, I think you would see the same kind of response, if not stronger. If you guys remember, the time frame on that response was we gained about 15% in just, I think, an hour or two. And then it once that basically came and surfaced that it was legal and it was a complete fraud, that's when I think we saw that retreat and we gave back some of that level, if not all of it. You have to forgive me, I don't quite remember the exact percentages, but I believe it was around 15% increase for XRP. And guys, it was like this. So that's what's important to note, all right? So if they could be the third one to get that ETF solidified, that would be absolutely substantial, okay? And that comes down to this pent-up institutional demand where these guys, they're waiting on basically just to go ahead. They want ETFs. They want corporate finance into crypto. A lot of the big top 10 cryptos especially, they want to group them all together. They want to form solidified ETFs across the board. They want to get back into the game. And I think that's what we're seeing. If you look at the numbers and the volume and the way things have been working, back in the last bull cycle, when we came down into these levels that we were in early in 2023, right, the end of the bear cycle, if you will, if you want to just connect the dots on that one, that essentially is just basically the institutions coming out of the game. Now, all this money has been laid and basically set on the sidelines waiting for this next opportunity. And if we need ETFs to get that back, because that would in turn attract a lot more than the 5% retail back into global adoption, okay? It's just going to restore certainty. And you know what? If crypto becomes a driving force in the financial sector across the world, and it becomes a very good actor, and governments can get down with it, I don't think the institutions would have any reason to leave again. All right? But that's what it comes down to. And then secondly, what he goes in to talk about is how the risk reward and basically the fact that XRP won that recent court battle within the SEC. And now, so it would be very interesting to watch how the SEC would respond, basically shoving it back in their face, saying, you didn't win the argument saying that we're a security, so now we're going to do something that's going to even flirt with more of a gray line because of how Wall Street uses ETFs and that whole security, non-security debate with ETFs, okay? Very fascinating, and that's kind of what you're looking at if you want to further kind of hit that beehive, if you will, within the SEC, because right now we have some leeway, okay? There's a lot of stuff coming down where XRP is not being named in certain exchanges because that precedent has been set, albeit other cryptos in the top 10, top 15, so on, are being named in a lot of those, or delisted, I should say, not really being named in lawsuits, but delisted at this current time. So that's what's going to happen, guys. And I think if XRP could obviously get into the ETF game, I think that will set a cascade of effects, a big domino effect across the board, I think, with a lot of crypto forming ETFs as well. So I think XRP will be that number 3 if we look into it and it actually comes to fruition. But basically what it comes down to is just time. I think that's all we're waiting on. And I think it's something where we look at XRP's price right now, and you can see essentially stuck about that 60 cents level. Just briefly got up into the green for today. But guys, a lot of good stuff. Crazy world that we live in, but crypto is slowly and steadily rebounding and getting back to once we were where we were basically back in that last bull cycle. So all good stuff. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you do, please absolutely consider subscribing down below. It really does help us out here on YouTube, but I thank you always, and we'll see you guys in the next one.